I come to you, the day the Halloween event ended, to present to you my review of the items that I actually managed to get a hold of, which, spoiler alert, isn't that many. However, I decided, since I have nothing else that I can really do much of right now, Miners Haven wise at least, until I build a setup, I decided I'll get a hold of the items I had. What in the hell was that? Jake plushie. Okay, well I clearly didn't get everything. I think I got a little over half of the items. Just as a disclaimer though, the items that already existed, I'm not going to say anything about. Okay, so for the default setup, I'm going to have just fast conveyors and a centering conveyor in there somewhere. And I have to turn off the GoldenEye music. Damn it. Okay, allow me to place all the items down that I actually got from this update that are actual legitimate items. Alright, I got quite a few of the items here. These are not the exotics yet, I believe. Or most of them aren't. Okay, starting as traditionally from the very first one. First, I'm gonna talk about how it looks, and then I'm gonna talk about how it actually does. This one, I actually kind of like it. It's like an old barnyard rural in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky. It's quite rusty looking, boring looking to be honest, but other than that, it's very detailed. I will give it that though. Very detailed nothingness here. Now, this upgrader is a very decent staple and a very vanilla item. And by vanilla, I mean it's very simple. You put it in a furnace after it goes through the upgrader, and look at there, you got 4 times. And it also makes your ores radioactive. So if you don't like that, a Tesla resetter exists, or literally anything else that also resets the tags that are on ores. So is it good? Eh. Next, we have the Widow's Outpost. I like the skulls on the sides of it. This is why I don't use the Ultimate Infuser. Now I have eyes in my face. Usually you do have eyes in your face, but I have a second pair. I like the cobwebs. I wish those spiders would actually kill you. I can't even really give you a description of its appearance because it's so dark. However, it's a small upgrader, so that gets bonus points immediately. Alright, and this does the exact same thing. It gives you 4 times, except it gives you poison effects now instead of radioactive effects. Now, you might be thinking these are kind of boring upgrades, but I feel like, you know, what is this, year 5 or 6 of this shit? So it's not like you can make overly different and dramatic upgraders, especially when you're making like 700 of them. Like, this is like a Walmart update of Halloween items. So I understand that not everything is going to be 100% different, unique, and special. Besides the appearances, which, I mean, look at that. It's beautiful. Other than that, this is definitely immediately better than the farmyard just because of its size. That's it. Here we have the Cryptic Graveyard. This almost looks like a smaller, younger, spookier version of the Gate of Eclipse. Like more of an edgelord version. Like the Shrek green color one. Almost looked like it changes colors, but it doesn't. Guess what? It's a little bit bigger, so it's coupled with a little bit of a bigger multiplier, and it doesn't kill your ores in any way. Is it good? It's pushing it on the size, so I'm not too sure about that. 5.5, 6 out of 10. Here we have the Spectral Purgatory. This beautiful looking upgrader. I do like it how it's, I see a few floaty boys. I do see that. Looks like a table, a chair, and a chandelier. That looks nice. It's almost like a dinner table. And it's a 12 times. And it makes your ores different. 12 times. 6 times is what I meant. Is this good? I would say it's alright, considering it's a bigger multiplier and it's rather small. Yeah, probably the best upgrader so far. Oh man, we got some real spooky purple looking ones now. I believe this is also the gifts that are involved. These are the quests and the gifts. So that's why they seem mixed up. Oh, and this is also a way up high upgrader. So pretty much it adds sparkles to your ore and it gives you 9 times. Let me attempt to get it up there real quick. It's easier to have an ore hit the upgrader if you spawn the ore inside of it. And it's not doing it. Well, dang nabbit, it does give 9 times. Now let me judge it on its looks. Actually looks alright. I like the dragon on top. Kind of looks like a a dragon. I don't know. It's kind of all over the place with its looks. Kind of too basic, crystally. Bleh. The Void Ritual. Alright, the Ghost. Wow, nice. Oh, wow. I actually like the middle of it the most out of anything. The Ghost and whatever. The middle, damn. Almost looks like a pentagram. And it's also complete doo-doo by the looks of it. You're telling me you're going to have an upgrader that looks like this? Especially with this beautiful conveyor? And the most you can give me is 4 times? I don't know if I like this upgrader. But you can't deny its spookiness. King Darkseed. The most generic upgrader in the universe. 4 times. It also makes your ores go fire boom boom. I also just forgot that particles were turned off, so now it looks better. Yeah, it makes your ores unhappy, and it's 4 times. Garbage. I wouldn't use it. Spires of Conquest. This upgrader looks rather nice. I like this thingy in the middle. I like the towers. I like everything about it. Everything besides the upgrade itself. It is 3 times with the magnitude that it is this huge. And might I say, it also has a great bonus effect. If I were to take the furnace away and just put another conveyor in, and then just dance for a second. Oh, it has a bonus effect where it kills your ores, even with the Tesla resetter. That's my favorite part about the upgrader. Not only is that it's putrid multiplier and its putrid size, but it's also just putrid in nature. Garbage. Never use it. And if you do, well, go ahead. Conquered Wasteland. Alright. How do you do? It's garbage. Garbage. Never use it. Garbage. Piece of boo-boo. Next, we're going to be looking at this thing. It's got a lot of things to shoot out ores. Let's see how good it actually is. Now it appears to be a randomizer. That's okay. It's real life 1. Other than that, it just kind of looks like the brother of that other mine. What is it? The Abomination? There's another one too. I forget what it's called though. There it is. Isn't it called the Nightmare? Yeah, it's kind of just that, but different. Personally, I probably prefer the Nightmare. Darkseed's Conquest. It gives you a sword. I like swords. How does it do? Well, it makes your health nothing to start. Sets it to 25. So if you had any infusers on, forget about them. At least in the tank department. Other than that, it makes you extremely quick. So there's that. Here, let me do like a comparison. I move that fast with the sword. Or, yeah, I move that fast with it. And it's definitely slower than the Illumina, if you want a comparison. It's the same speed as the Firebrand. Is it okay? I don't truly know, damage-wise. Might I say, this is probably the most intense-looking... Let me get rid of that. The most intense-looking weapon giver I've ever seen. This would set your FPS to 3, just by the amount of detail there is on it, by default. If you're playing on a computer that was made in 1998, it'd probably crash if that thing loaded right next to you. This is a complicated conveyor furnace, which makes shooting it through a cannon extremely difficult, unless you have some interesting layouts. And it's 3.5 by the looks of it. So truly, the amount of people that would use this upgrader combined into a town would probably be a ghost town. So I see it lives up to its name quite well. As for its actual appearance, it kind of looks like a green, dark desert. I'm only saying that because of the cactus. Other than that, it looks nice. Like an old western thing. I like, where did all these effects come from? Every single upgrader and furnace and thing now have these amazing effects. They look nice, but they're not that good. They're not... Doomsketter's War. It's another sword that looks almost identical to the other sword. Let's see if we can spot any difference. Well, one kills my health and the other one doesn't, so... Maybe. Whoa! Well, that one definitely makes me jump a little higher. So if you want that, I mean, there you go. It also only sets your health to 50, but that's still terrible. Let's be real, but That's interesting, at least. Okay, this one, I'm going to have to deduct some points on the amount of edgelord there is. There isn't quite enough of it, not compared to the other sword giver. I like green, though. I like how most of these upgraders are just named after, like, that's like a location. We have to head to the Forsaken Battleground. Let's see how good it actually is. Excuse me? Hold on, let me just, Oh. That's what's happening. Oh, I see. So it actually needs an upgrade from something else in order for it to be like, okay, so that'll be a $200 ore, and you'll see just how amazing it is. Wow, it's a piece of garbage. 3 times. If you like 3 times, then here's the upgrader for you. But frankly, for me, I'm gonna move it. There's no dumpster nearby, so I guess I'm gonna press Q and get rid of it forever. Just as a disclaimer, I am aware that all these items are going to naturally suck because the upcoming nerfs come in and sacrifice 3 to all the upgraders in the game because it's way too inflated in the... yeah. Doomsketter's Bastion. It looks like the Second Amendment, but on drugs. Let's take a look at it. Let me grab a few of my undead friends to take a part in this glorious test. Well, if you have anyone coming at your base and you don't want them to, I gotta say, it works pretty well, other than the fact that it's a little inaccurate. Look, I'm hitting them, am I not? No, I'm not. I thought there would be a little bit of spread to it, but nah, there's not. You have to hit them directly. Okay, fair enough. Man, what a shame. It only shoots from one thing. Oh. Here is arguably one of the worst upgraders on this list. The Guillotine. It's essentially kind of an ore replicator. However, it has a chance to kill the ore instead of replicate it. The duplicate ore also does not get a multiplier. It doesn't work with Teslas. And yeah, it's just great. So frankly, what I do with this upgrader... yeah, it's only 3 times. So frankly, what I'd do with this upgrader is I'd just withdraw it. I also need to get rid of the Stru Overlord device. Good. Great upgrader. I also have this minigun GUI stuck on my screen. I'm not going to get rid of that, by the way. Oh, Essence of Ore. This is an infuser. Alright. Okay, let's see. I am very slow. I am still slow now. Oh. A Will Infuser works better than it. I can tell you that much. I guess I'll just stay infused with it for now. 3 out of 10. Doesn't even look that good either. Oh, an industrial mine. We're getting brave here. Might as well take a look-see at it. Alright, throw one of those boys in there and let's see how it does. Alright, we have some we have varying sizes of ores. And honestly, that's not terrible. At least the like immediate ore amount or ore value. It kind of looks almost like it's just a pumpkin, actually. Other than that, though, it's alright. I'll give it that. Wait a minute. Oh, this is an industrial upgrader. Okay, fair enough. However, in order for it to... I'm going to guess because it's an industrial upgrader, its upgrade amount is going to be ludicrous compared to the other ones. No, it's actually garbage. Wow, really? Well, that's impressively bad for what you have to do to power it. Next, we have Doomsketter's Famine. It's another sword. That is all. Is this one any better? Probably not. This one at least doesn't hurt you at all. That's probably because my health already sucks. Look at it go. Let's see how it does, actually. Now that wow. I mean, it killed a lot faster. Killed a lot faster than I thought it would, to be honest. I mean, so does any other sword, I guess, so, eh. What are these rocks? Like, upside down mushroom heads? I'm very puzzled in this upgrader appearance. Or, not mine. Bad item giver, there we go. Here we have a conveyor that goes from not being on the air to being air. So I'm going to put it in a thing real quick and see how it does. As soon as the ore gets in there, I can test it. Alright, go. 5 times. Okay, withdraw. Oh, wait, actually, before I withdraw it, I like the top. Looks like, wow, it looks like China at the top, though. Wow. But other than that, yeah, it's alright. Famished Wasteland. There we go. Here's the final upgrader that I at least have immediately out. And it is 2.5 times. Let me get that correct. 2.5 times. And this one again has upside down mushroom heads. And it looks like a dead pumpkin. And with a dead multiplier. Absolutely outstanding. However, it does multiply by 4 if it's been upgraded more, I guess. So, hey. Time to look at the items that might actually be worth anything. Starting with the boy. Next, we have the master. Then we have the lord. The demon. Holy hell. What am I looking at? Oh my juice. The baron. They just keep getting bigger and bigger. What on earth is that? The storm. Alright, that one's at least a little smaller, and whoa. I like that. And the phantomism. At least this one isn't the size of Texas. And then finally we have these last 4 exotics that I actually do have. That are actually worth taking a look at. So I'm going to put those out too. I'm going to do these first since they're not as important. Okay, this one looks significant, so I'm going to take a look at it first. 2.8 trillion. 3 trillion. Trillion? Okay, it seems to gain more money if other members of the spook family are around, which in this case I actually do have them out. So if you have all the spooky stuff you need, this mine is actually decent, but otherwise it's not so good. That's a lot of spooky boys. It's got antlers too. Wow. This mine's got some personality to it. It's also kind of got a face if you count the middle of it. Huh. I don't know what to say. Next we have the Parasitic Invader. This looks like a bad mine. Let's use it. What a surprise. It is. Okay, there's also a drawback with this already not... With this... Alright, so there's also a drawback with this already mediocre money amount ore. This one can actually collide with other ores. So wait, does that mean if I were to get the tiny iron mine and it becomes collidable, wouldn't that be nice? Next we have Spook Storm X, probably the equivalent this year of the new mine. Let's take a look at it. 425. All these mines suck! How do you expect me to be so happy about these? Man, I would just wake up in the morning and get real excited over that $37 million, but my man. It's got a portal on itself as well. It's got Dominuses. Yeah, the Dominuses on this mine are probably worth more actual Robux than this mine's actual in-game money. And last but not least, we have an upgrader, so it's actually going to be more competent than anything else we've looked at so far from the 4 that I just looked at. Yeah. And it's 4 times. Honestly, do not know what I was expecting. It does have a multiplier increase, though. If you have a nice and moist ore, adds 3 times to that. And if it's night, it adds 1 too. So it's actually worse at daytime. So that's a yikes for me, my man. Let's take a look at the boy. See what this boy's about. Alright, first things first, it's got a decent... Actually, no, that's the default. Never mind. Let's see how good it is. $3. 3. 1.5 times multiplier. That's all you're going to give me. You're telling me something that looks this happy is worth 1.5 times, huh? At least it looks good. And it doesn't blow up your ores. So the boy is question marks good. Next we have the master. Now the master is where things get interesting. So if you were to add it, plop it down. Now despite its bigger than medium size, its default multiplier starts at 6 times, which is, for today's standards in the future, okay. So it's at 13 right now because there's a spooky mine present somewhere. For each unique spooky mine placed, you gain one more. So if I were to add a Spookmaster, which is the OG one. Hey, there you go. Now I'm getting more. So, it's okay. This is the first one I'll actually say is competent so far. However, I wasn't expecting anything less from the actual significant ones. Yeah, looks alright. Other than that, its actual appearance is dull. But this is the first actual, like, recommended upgrader so far. Although it's pushing it on size once again. Now this one isn't so good. The Lord. So you want to place it down. First things first, it looks nice just because of that boy in the middle. But it's only 4 times. And in order for it to be higher than 4 times, you have to have it upgraded by Spook Lord 95,000's Ghost. Which isn't particularly the easiest thing to have happen. So, yeah, about this upgrader. Definitely worse than the one I just looked at. Now, this one's a little bit more interesting, appearance-wise, despite it being pretty plain in its actual upgrade. Just look at it. I can barely see it, but I just see death. It looks straight on. It's like, wow, I can't wait to play Miners Haven with all these super bright and happy-looking upgraders. And then you see that. You don't even see anything. You just see black death. It's 6 times. 2.5 plus added if upgraded by Spook Demon's Ghost, so it's very similar to the one we just looked at. Better than the other upgrader, still kind of iffy. However, it's very interesting with its upgrade. Oh, one second, can I have a light shined on those? Oh, those boys look happy. Those pumpkins look they look very happy to see meat. I'll just say that. The Baron. This better be something, because its size and the way you have to use it is obnoxious. Bring the basic iron mine over here. This one I'll actually bother to check it since it's a significant upgrader. I like the lightning effects. Go ahead and plop that there, and it's kind of bad. 6.5 times. Yeah, you know. It's okay, maybe. It's no. I'm not gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. It's not very good. However, it looks very interesting. Like, this thing could be its own indoor city with its size. That's not particularly a good thing when we're talking about upgraders in Miners Haven, though. When we're going for speed, compactiveness, and actual usefulness, no, I'm gonna let that one slide. Alright, we're down to our last couple. Now, when I first used this upgrader, it put my ping to 700, and I thought that's just naturally what the upgrader did. A nice feature of putting your ping to 10,000. But no, I think that was just my internet being bad, as per usual. And my FPS, if I look directly inside of it, went down to 20 for a second, so, yep, 25. So, this thing will, if you have multiple of these, which I don't even know if that's possible. I don't think you can get multiple of these. But that's quite the shame, because it'd be this would be the ultimate lag machine. Wait, does it still do that if you have your item particles off? Yeah. So this thing would just be beautiful to have like 30 of. However, its actual upgrade itself is 6 times. So use it if you want it. And finally, we have the Phantasm. This will be the most build-up, just for this upgrader alone. It's also not an easy one to get. It's 100,000 candy, I believe, for this one. And just look at the front of that. Isn't that intimidating? Let's go ahead and take a look-see. Not gonna say. It's not bad. It's a whole 5 times. At night. Otherwise, it's 3 times. Yeah, that's not weighing so highly up now. Z-Button's looking real good right now. But yeah, I mean, it's not that good, obviously. Front of it looks nice. I like the ram or goat or Satan looking thing at the front. Other than that, it looks like, I don't know why every single upgrader in here had to have a pumpkin on it, but it did, so that was cool. I believe that's it. I think I viewed all of what I had. That was quite a few. So, yeah. That is the Halloween update, at least all that I could experience from it, because I was quite busy, I've still been quite busy, and it's probably not going to stop very soon. However, I at least got around to getting quite a bit of the items. Quite a bit of the simple ones, anyway. I don't think I missed that many. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little review of mine. I hope you guys enjoyed my reviewing style. Just throwing the items about and just saying, hey, it's 6 out of 10. I mean, that's my preferred way of doing it. Gives it more realistic... I give a more realistic approach to how I actually think the items are. Bad, usually. A couple were alright. Most of them... nope. Thank you so much for watching this video. And I will see you... probably not in 2 weeks. Probably less than 2 weeks. In another video. So I will e-wave you into the next episode. Farewell.